In this video, I'm going to show you a list of the best possible tools that we use for a highly optimized conversion pillar in our businesses. As we know, and as we have talked about, this kind of funnel, the right balance between a really well-crafted landing page plus a really well-designed and just really good checkout experience that generates high conversion rates and high order values. This today, most of the time, this is really based on your tools that you're using and the way that you use these tools. You can have the best possible tool, but you use it in a bad way. You fill it with bad products, with bad texts, with bad images, bad descriptions, bad pricing strategies, and overall just bad sales funnels. Then it won't work as well. But if you have the best strategies, but you're using tools that can't deliver on your ideas, then it won't work as well. So here is the list of tools that we use to create a really highly well-crafted sales funnel, especially in the area of conversion, your first order, your first transaction, and your overall main landing page. And I'm just going through this list, and you can basically check out most of these tools on your own for free by getting a first 14 days, 30 days, free first month and stuff. Most of the tools offer that. For the landing page, we've gone through how these landing pages need to be crafted, what makes a landing page really good design, good copywriting, good web design, quick page speed, all the features, no distractions, and this can all be done. In the same way, people have built websites, while the difference to a landing page is mainly a design. It's just a design, no footer, one call to action, better copywriting, better product presentation, just one product. Like you know the difference between a sales page and a website now. But these landing pages can still be done with the same tools. For example, you could custom code your website if you know HTML, CSS, or some other programming languages. You could just use WordPress and use WooCommerce for your checkout. You could also use Elementor or Divi Builder, which are both WordPress drag and drop page builders, which are fairly good and fairly cheap. And especially if you want to work with WordPress, that's a really good choice. Another really, really good tool is Webflow. It's mainly used for websites actually, but you can do all the landing page stuff also with Webflow. And on that note, I can also add Wix and Squarespace, which are main website tools, but by changing the design, you can turn them into a landing page. While Unbounce is mainly a landing page tool, it offers really, really great options when it comes to split testing different pages. I mean, you can split test so much here, and you can analyze and see which one brings in the most people to your checkout and which gets the highest conversion rate and which gets the highest order values for which traffic channels. You can do a lot of stuff if you have like a really good landing page tool like Unbounce. ClickFunnels is mainly used for making this whole funnel in one tool. You would have the page here, you would have the checkout, the add to cart, everything here. You can have your thank you pages, all that in ClickFunnels. We've used ClickFunnels mainly for the last 7 years as being a performance marketing agency in that space. Sometimes we've used ClickFunnels here and Shopify for the checkout if we had an e-commerce business. The reason we did that is because Shopify connects much better with all this logistics, back-end, manufacturing, sourcing, production management, and order management, while ClickFunnels alone doesn't do it, and it's quite chaotic if you have hundreds of thousands of orders if you not use a proper tool for that, like Shopify. Similar to Unbound is Lead Pages, also just a landing page tool. On both, you can build landing pages for e-commerce products, which just have a call to action button and sends to checkout. Sometimes you can even, I don't know, I think they're also developing their features, so they might offer the whole checkout experience themselves. But for example, Lead Pages is mainly for lead generation, while Unbounds can be used for both. I don't know, maybe I think it's pretty easy to, if you build these landing pages and you don't put an email form, like you don't make it an email opt-in form, you can just leave out the email and only take the call to action button and send people to an external page later, which would be the checkout tool. Perspective funnels is also mainly used for, very cool quick funnels or lead generation, or a fairly, you can have a look at it. It's very good, but it has a lot of limitations. We mainly used ClickFunnels, but we made sure that our ClickFunnels pages look really good in terms of design, brand design, pictures, and all that. And we worked with web designers and programmers to make sure that our ClickFunnels pages don't look as ugly as most ClickFunnels pages look. So the tools for checkout, you can actually build a checkout by just using the raw Stripe or PayPal codes, which is just a very, very short and small form that gets the transaction done. No upsells, no order bumps, not the good conversion rate on that as well. What works for a lot of people, and is also very cheap, is using WooCommerce on your WordPress page or Shopify. As I've said, we used Shopify mainly for all the e-commerce brands because their main website is just on Shopify, and they use Shopify for all the orders. And the only difference that we did is, in addition to their main website, which is also on Shopify, we built custom single product landing pages to use in our ads to improve our conversion rate. But we would still send people to the Shopify checkout to buy the product. You can also use ClickFunnels for your checkout step, to use Stripe and PayPal simultaneously, or to have the customer choose. There are some limitations. Maybe you have to code something. Maybe you have to get some additional scripts. There's also ClickFunnels 2.0, which makes this whole thing much better, I think. Offer different payment plans, different payment methods, as it's a very important thing to offer the exact payment that the customer is used to. If you have a lot of people used to PayPal and you don't offer that, then this is your main key reason your conversion rate might be bad. Another tool is called Digistore. It's I think mainly a German tool, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. What I can talk a lot about is Samcart, Copecart, and Thrivecart. These are main tools. They are optimized for highly conversion optimized checkout. For e-commerce, for software, for coaching. Lately, Copecart has been in some legal trouble for various reasons, mostly because the checkout and the way it sells products is so good that it's kind of gray area, legal gray area. But I really like Samcart and Thrivecart. They are phenomenal checkout design. You can do all the stuff that we talked about. We can do all the upsells. You can add 5-10 different order bumps, additional products, variants, everything in the checkout. And you can use up to 5 upsell pages, downsell pages, thank you page, like a lot of stuff, which if you use it well can be your best option. Samcart, Thrivecart. And maybe Shopify. Or you connect all that to Shopify, depending on how you structure your backend. If you have an e-commerce business, if you don't have an e-commerce business, you just some coaching, consulting, digital software. I think you're good to go with Samcart, Thrivecart, or ClickFunnels, or Custom, or WordPress. Yeah. Also, Wix and Squarespace both offer checkout by now, and you can do a lot of stuff with Zapier, connecting these different tools. For analysis, we use Google Analytics to analyze page duration, how long people stay on these different pages. Obviously, Facebook Analytics for the different events, or Google Analytics as well for different events. For example, here you have all these different parts. You have your main landing page, you have your add to cart, you have your checkout, you have your purchase, you have your upsells, and you want to make sure that is all tracked very accurately, so you can exactly know what are the different drop-off and bounce rates on these different subsections. What is your main conversion rate? How many people buy your upsells? What's your main average order value? And overall, how do people behave in these different steps? Because if at any of these steps you have a higher drop-off than usual, then you can look at that specific step and look at what makes this page have such a strong drop-off. For example, if you have 100 people on your landing page and you have 25 people here, but then you only get like 4 purchases, then here at this drop-off, that is a key indicator that there's something weird going on at this specific space. Maybe you lack a different payment method that people want to expect, or there's a shipping price calculation error or something unexpected happening with your pricing. Maybe that's the reason you lose 80% of people, of purchase intention people in your checkout, which you can maybe fix, and then you have like 15, which would be 3 times the volume, 3 times the customers, 3 times the revenue by just fixing some slight error in your checkout. And what I also do a lot is I use Hotjar for the heat map feature. So I exactly know where do people click, where do people misclick. I analyze the sessions via the screen recording tool, and I use pop-ups and surveys to ask at the different stages what kind of questions I ask and where do I ask them. That's for another topic. That's what we talk about in the growth hacking masterclass, which we will also cover in the near future. For now, this was all the stuff that I have to say about the conversion topic. In the last third of this whole sales funnel strategy masterclass, we are going to talk about retention, which is basically now the step where people have bought your first product. Now they are existing customers, and now you nurture them, you sell them more stuff, you sell them your second product, third product, and build a really, really good long-term relationship with your customers. All that in the next few videos.